this is a Tensall River Bridge, and it's a semi-long bridge here in Alabama. Just a beautiful morning. I think I filmed this before, but it was raining outside, or it was darker, I forget. But yeah, I think it was really morning. So it's now about 8:13 in the morning on Sunday the 20th. So we're heading to Hattiesburg, Mississippi to drop off this preloaded trailer at it's actually Sam's Club. I always think it's Walmart, but it's Sam's Club. So this is the only Sam's Club that allows us to, and it's kind of weird, to drop our trailers. And it's kind of weird because the Sam's Club in Lakeland, they say they don't have room for trailers for us to drop there. So that's why we're always a live unload, which I can't stand because it takes forever. They used to be pretty quick, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes tops, but now they're 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours roughly, I've noticed. But long and short of it, this Sam's Club that I go to, which I know I've filmed in the past, and I'll try to do some different filming there, like a mirror cam or something like that to see some backing. But this Walmart is actually, or sorry, this Sam's Club is actually a smaller facility than a one in Lakeland, but yet we can drop here. So it's just kind of weird. I mean, they do live unloads here for different products and stuff like that, but we have a specific drop here, so we don't have to sit there for a live unload. So I have no idea, same company, why we have a facility that's smaller we can drop at, but we can't drop at the other one. So I know they're working on it, and the last video I did, showed how tight Kellogg's is right now, because what they did was they took two facilities and put it into one. So they were overstocked with empty trailers, and looks like maybe the one guy said, the guard said there's some full trailers there, product they brought over from the other warehouses. But they are building across the street a drop lot. I think I mentioned that too in the video. So that'll be where I'm assuming what's going to happen is, it'll be the best thing, that we would drop our empties at the million square foot facility, and then we would get our paperwork and go across the street and pick up our load. So then we could just leave from there. That's probably the way it's going to be. I was also told by one of the other drivers that he parked in the middle of the street. They have it's a turn lane, but it just goes down the whole length of the road. He told me that a lot of truck drivers and even Kellogg said you can park there. So we might be able to park at the new Kellogg's, just not on their property right there, but just in the middle of the street, Campus Drive. Also, I saw a couple trucks in the entrance to that new lot across the street, parking along the curb. So one of the other drivers said he did the other night, and he was fine, wasn't bothered by anybody. Now what I don't know is, will they let us, this new lot they're building, supposedly it's a pretty big lot. So I wonder if they're going to let us be able to stay there. That'd be nice, because then it's not a secure area, but at least it's off the street, So now with this load here, again, I explained I'm going a different way here. I normally don't take this way to get to Hattiesburg, but because when we came from Atlanta, it told us to go a different way. It told us to take Interstate 20 down, I believe it was 59, and then down. This way, because we're picking up at Noonan, which is about maybe 20 to 30 miles south of Atlanta, it says to take, I mean, you still can take that way, But they say this way shorter, which was taking 85 south to 65, which I'm on now. Now, my GPS says to cut off somewhere near Mobile, and I believe it was take like it says Route 98. Now, what I'm going to try, because I saw there's another road. We actually have I know I said this before too, but we have a terminal down in Gulfport, which is actually where I kind of run out of, even though it's out of Lakeland. The dispatcher's from the Gulfport office terminal. So anyways, there is a road that basically almost is like right there near our terminal. It's Interstate 49, or Truck Route 49, that goes straight north into Hattiesburg off of Route 10. So I'm going to try that rather than take 98, because 98 looks like maybe like 50 miles or something like that, 50 or 60 miles. But I think the other way on, it looks like maybe 25 to 30 miles if I just take Interstate 10. The way I look at it is, I don't know 98, I don't know 49, but the distance is shorter off of a main highway like this, where you can stay 65. So I look at it this way: the longer I can stay at 65 miles an hour, even if it's more miles, the time's better. I'm hoping. So, like right now, it's saying if I take Route 98, which again is sooner, but it's longer, it says 9:27 I'll arrive. Now, my GPS doesn't have a way to tell me what the distance is yet. Taking 10 longer up to, and then taking 49 north. So I'm just gonna have to, go past what my GPS says, and then let it reconfigure, and then give me an updated time. So, I mean, I look at it this way: even if it's a 10-minute difference or 10 minutes longer, I don't care. I'd rather stay on the highway longer than on a road that I'm not even sure the speed. It could be only 55, could be 60, and for all I know, the time could be better or the same. So it just depends. I just got to wait until I get past Route 98 to let it reconfigure. So, anyways, not to bore y'all, but just yakking away here. So, just want to film the beautiful day today. I've had some really good days lately. I know yesterday was a little bit of rain, but it was sunny before I got in the rain, and it was sunny afterwards. So this is really nice day out today. So thought I'd film it. It's Sunday. It's quiet in the roads today. Hopefully it stays that way. There was it looks like a tractor trailer accident headed the other direction, so I guess it'd be northbound on this road this morning. But it was dark. You really couldn't see much. All I could see was the day cab and the median. I couldn't even really see the trailer, but it was so dark that they have flashing lights and everything, and it just, I think it was there on its side, but traffic was getting by, looks like in the shoulder and the right lane, and of course was early, so there wouldn't be a lot of cars in the road, but it was all moving. So hopefully that's all cleaned up by the time I get back that way, which is about 6 hours, maybe 5 hours from now, because I got to finish driving this, then turn around, head back the same direction. So game plan is probably gonna go back to the same Love's that I stayed at last night, get a shower, and then I'm gonna try to get back to the Kellogg's in Noonan, because they don't have showers there, and they don't have any restroom facilities. Well, they do, but not for showering or anything. So I figured I'll get a shower first, and then I'll just stay there overnight. And then that way I can get my load in to get home to actually Lakeland by tomorrow, late afternoon, maybe early evening. And I'll just sit on it until Tuesday night at 5:30 when it delivers. So that way it'll give me time at home, a little more time at home. So in case, I'm not gonna keep boring you, just yakking on here, but I just want to let you know what's going on. So I will catch up with you folks here in a little bit. So hope everybody's having a good day. If you're new to the channel, I do appreciate your support. If you smash that subscribe button in the bottom right corner, also click on the bell that alerts you of future videos. I do appreciate that. Any comments, dislikes, likes, let me know too. It's the only way I can get better at doing my videos. I need to know what's good, what's bad, what you like to see. Because if I don't put out the videos you like to see, nobody's going to keep subscribing. They're going to unsubscribe, right? So we don't want to do that. So in any case, folks, I will talk to you soon. Hope everybody's having a good day. Man, it's such a gorgeous day out here. It is 51 degrees. And let's see, where are we at here? We're in the town of Jackson. Well, no, it's not Jackson, Mississippi. Must be Moss Point. But yeah, it's just beautiful out here today. I love going over these bridges here that just have like marsh down below. I don't think you're allowed to fish off this bridge, I don't think. There's room to park, but I don't think they allow you to fish. About 8:09 in the morning Central Standard Time. I try not to change my time from Eastern Standard Time because two things happen. One, when I come into Alabama from Georgia, it's great. You save an hour, you back up your clock. But then going the other way, if you don't remember, you're going to be behind an hour. So I kind of like to keep my clock when I'm only just going in and coming back out basically within a day. That way, like when I go to bed tonight, if I'm still in Alabama, let's say, my clock's set for Eastern Standard Time, which I'm going to drive in. If not, if I look at the clock and say, oh good, I'll be home by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if I have it in Central Standard Time, I'm wrong, because actually it's going to be 5 o'clock. So that's why I just like to keep myself on the time zone which is most important to me, which is my home time zone, which is Eastern Standard Time. So we crossed over to Mississippi probably about maybe 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago. Now, one thing my GPS going Route 98, what it originally said that I said I wasn't going to do, and I'm glad I didn't, it looks like, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to come home that way, but I mean, looking at it, it just looks like a lot of miles of possible, maybe little towns and traffic lights. So my GPS said it would save me 15 minutes roughly, 15 to 20 minutes. Because I went straight on I-10, down to I-10, instead of getting off on 98. So I'm basically, again, like I said, doing more miles. But I'm traveling, I'm not stopping, I'm not doing anything. So I'm going to go up 49. I'm just debating really if I want to try taking 98 back. I'll have to look at it, I guess, when I get to Walmart and see, is it really worth it? But that takes time too to sit there and figure that out. You got to take a Google map, you got to kind of scroll through it, see if there's any towns, traffic lights, So even though it said it would save me 15, 20 minutes, I don't know if it really would, because the GPS really only takes consideration the speed of the road. It doesn't take into consideration traffic lights, because it doesn't know how long the traffic light's going to be. It doesn't know if you're ever going to stop at every traffic light. It doesn't know if you're going to, go through every traffic light. It just kind of, well, let me put it that way, it kind of figures you'll go through every traffic light. It just knows speed. So at least I know on the highway, I know the speed. There's no traffic light. You stay 65 miles an hour. So I got time, because I'm sitting there thinking about it too. If I stop at that Love's like I did last night, the same one that I left this morning, I'll have enough time to get back home, because I left home to get my load and then drive there. And I only had like 16 minutes left on my clock, but still, I had the time to do it. So if that's the case, then today I should have about an hour left on my clock, maybe 45 minutes, delivering this and heading back to the same Love's. That way I'll just park for the night, and then I'll get up early, drive over to Noonan and pick up my loads. That's probably what I'm going to do. So with that said, even if this does take me an extra 15 minutes each way, I still got the time on my clock to do this all in an 11-hour drive time period. So, but in any case, we'll catch back up when I get closer to Walmart, and then we'll go from there. All right, folks, see you in a little bit. Must be a fair going on over here. Well, we're going to take this way here, Mississippi 15, which is going to take us to 67 and then to 49. So it's a little different than I wanted to go, but I saw this route and I thought, well, it looked like a lot less traffic lights. You know, I'll have a little bit in the beginning here, but look like a lot less than what if I kept going down to straight to 49 was going to be. So we'll try this way. There's different ways you can get there, so I'll try this way. A lot of these roads in Alabama, Mississippi like this are pretty good. You have a few lights, but that's where you gotta look at Google. You gotta see how many lights are gonna be, how many towns you're gonna go through. That's what you gotta look at. So I've never been this way, so we'll see. We'll see what it's about. It kind of looks like a shortcut over to 49. And again, 98 was a shortcut too, so I might try that on the way back. I'll look at it real quick and see how it's going to go. So according to the GPS, it looks like that was a little bit of a town, I guess, you went through. It looks like it's going to open up into maybe no traffic lights, so we'll see. Or less traffic lights. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, we only have about, I think it's 18, almost 19,000 pounds on this trailer, so it's not too bad. So I didn't have to weight it all, put the tandems all the way forward. I mean, if not coming back 98 is like this, what I see ahead of me, I'll take that. That way it'll cut out 15, 20 minutes. So again, it's just a beautiful day. So I thought I'd just film a little bit here as I go on this route. That's 65. might not have any traffic lights. Coming up, and let's see. Look at my GPS friend. You can't see this, but it might be all right. Not any traffic lights getting to 49. There's no fuel stops or rest stops on this road. I mean, you might have like a gas station like up here, like the Chevron here. You might have some truck parking, but very little. So that's another reason I don't like to go on a lot of these side roads for a long period of time in case something happens. You need to stop for some reason or whatever. Cool down here today. I think when I started out on the road it was like 43 degrees, and when I shut down last night it was 71, and now it's showing 49 degrees out here. We got 16 miles until we hit North 49. I think for some reason 49 is maybe where, I know I get off at like, nah, it's 4:45. I think it's where, yeah, I don't know. It's showing a different way coming into Walmart this way. GPS showing one way, but I think I can go a different way to get into it, but we'll see. Well, I'll catch back up a little bit, folks. Just going to drive us a little bit here, get on to 49, and film a little bit of that, and we'll get to Hattiesburg Sam's Club. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so we're picking up State Route 49 here, going to Hattiesburg. So that wasn't too bad, about 20 miles. I only had one more traffic light after you saw the one that I hit right away. Just one, and actually I didn't have to stop for it. This is the weekend, so these roads look pretty clear, as you can see. I just wonder during the week how they are. Because I did pass a school back there, so you just wonder. I'll have to try it sometime. Hattiesburg, 41 miles. I've been on this road before. This looks familiar. Wow, $3.89 a gallon. That's not too bad. That's a regular fuel, not diesel, though. So it's now 8:49 Central Standard Time, and actually I just looked at my time to arrive. Originally it said 9:52, now it says 9:47, so it's getting closer to the original. I think it was like 9:27 if I did take 98, so who knows. It's not too bad though. This is a nice little ride. I just don't want to take 98 longer miles if it's got a lot of traffic lights, so this I don't mind. This was pretty nice. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll let you know. So I just thought of something when just driving through here, even though this is a truck route. But I just thought about this because I haven't seen any other trucks on this road. This for anybody that is new with a CDL, just something to remember. So if you're on a road and you're unsure of it, just doesn't look right, meaning like you think your truck doesn't fit that well on it or whatever, you just look around. Number one, if you see other trucks, you're most likely fine. So I just thought of that because there's no other trucks on this road, which I know this is a truck route, so I'm okay being on it just it's a Sunday. So that's one visual. If you're worried if you should be on a road, that you should always look at your atlas besides your GPS. Atlas is number one to know if you should be on a road that's allowed trucks. Sometimes the sign's knocked down, so you don't know. It's really a no truck route. No trucks are allowed. Somebody could have taken the sign out, stolen it, something, and you go on it, but just things don't look right. So again, number one is you don't see any other trucks for a while on the road. You know you're probably on a road that's a non-truck route. Another thing is tree branches. If you're driving along and you start scraping tree branches on the roof of your truck or the side of your truck, it's probably not a truck route, because usually just from us driving on roads, they automatically will, if you ever notice like trees have kind of a curve shape to it, that's because we're just always driving all the time, not letting any new branches usually develop. We're always knocking them off, or any little growth starts and just nick it right off. Or they'll prune the trees in the town or whatever. But if you're just driving along, you don't see any trucks, or you're hitting tree branches, then you know you're not on a road that allows trucks. So the first thing you do is look to see if you can pull over somewhere. If that does occur, safe place, blinkers on, and then take a look at your atlas and see, can you get out of there from where you're at. But the safest thing to do, if it's going to be a long ride through whatever road you're on, and it's not just a quick turn to the right, get on a highway or something, you just got off real quick at the wrong place, is you got to call the local police, and you have to get guided out of there. And the reason for that is because if you try to go any length down the road, you could be knocking down power lines, you could electrocute yourself, you could electrocute others. So you really have to, call the police. They know the roads, they know how to get you out of there. I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time that they had a truck that happened to. So they'll know how to get you out of there in a safe manner, without not just safely get out of there. That's the main priority, but also without causing any damage, because that can be really expensive and you lose your job and stuff like that. So if you made a wrong turn and you do the right thing by calling the police and they escort you out with no damages, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get a ticket unless you really did something wrong, like you went down a road that had a sign, and that means you weren't looking out, you know, for the signs, and you just went. But if there's no sign there, it can be proven there's no sign there, 9 times out of 10 a police officer won't give you a ticket. No guarantee, but they might not. So, but it's always, like I said, call the police, because then that's going to save a lot of headache, a lot of time. Usually then you'll be on your way, back on the highway, they'll get you back there, no damage was done. So just a little safety tip if you're new to truck driving. That's how you can tell. You don't see other trucks in the road and you're not hitting tree branches, 9 times out of 10 you're okay to be on that road. So in any case, I'll catch back up a little bit, folks. Just thought I'd just bring that to any people that are either wanting to come in and get their CDL or have their CDL, they're new, and that's just a little tidbit. So well, as you can see, we made it to Hattiesburg, and I'm going to take, I think, Route 20 back. Only because it kind of, it did say it saves about 20 minutes going that way. So I'm going to go that way, I guess, back. Because there is a Love's, a new Love's up there that I'm going to stop at. It's about, I think, 60 miles from Noonan, and it's also, there's a new way to go through Noonan to get to that place, to get to, you know, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that, to go from 20 down to Noonan. And another driver took it and he said it was kind of crazy, so I want to try it. So probably what I'll do is I'll film that tomorrow then, so we can see how crazy it really was. I think he kind of took some wrong turns, because he said he was going through some areas that were definitely a little sketchy. So I think he kind of went the wrong way. He doesn't have a GPS. He kind of goes by whatever the night thing says, but I don't think that's always truck GPS routes. So from what I see on mine, it looks like a pretty good route going that way. So I'm going to try it. So I'm just finishing up my 30-minute break, since I was here kind of long, because I had to find an empty. I wasn't going to bore you guys with all that. So I'm going to got about a minute and a half here, and then I'm going to pull out. I had some problems with the tandems on this one. It seems okay now, but they didn't seem to be, the pins didn't seem to come out of the way, so, but they seem fine now, so. But I'm gonna roll here in a minute once these trucks get by here. Probably be about another minute, and I'll start rolling. So I will see you folks in a little bit. Open in the back then for you. She's open in the back.
This was in the back?
No, I say it's open. I'm open. Just so you can see it's empty. Hope you have a better day, man.
552-488.
Got it.
See you later.
Thanks, boss man. So we are empty trailer, doors closed, and we are heading to Heflin, Alabama. I also came in this way a little different than I normally do, which I like. A lot easier coming in the way I did here. Trailer felt a little funny there coming out of that turn. Oh well, we're running with it. Whatever happens, happens. Looks like they're just starting to get busy there. The guy said when I got there, he said he's been crazy all morning, but I only had one truck when I pulled up, so it must have been crazy before that. But I don't know what he's talking about really, because I didn't see many trucks in there. In any case, folks, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. When I'm on the highway, if anything happens, of course, I'll film it. If not, I'll catch you up there at the Love's in Heflin, Alabama. So I'll see you then, folks. I don't know if you guys caught that or not. I don't know if I turned the camera on, but that bridge was 1311 and we're 13.6. I only had about 5 inches of clearance to go under that bridge, but that's another thing you gotta be really cautious of, is watching your bridge signs and knowing your routes, because the last thing you want to do is hit a bridge. There you go, there's a sign right there, 1311 bridge again. Just like the last one. This one looks a little higher though. The other one looked lower, but they say it's 1311. Now you gotta be careful too. In some states, like up north, they measure by the curb.
2 miles.
So you got usually a 6-inch curb. So you got to be careful of that. You got to know which states measure from the curb, because if they don't measure from the curb, then it's true 1311 from the ground. So some states up north have it from the curb. I know Pennsylvania, I believe, has that way. So you gotta be careful. That's why, again, you gotta watch your atlas, gotta watch the roads you're allowed on, make sure you're on the roads that you're supposed to be on. But that's something you gotta be really careful of, because it's one thing if you take a tree limb down, it's another thing if you hit a bridge. So it's a big difference. So anyways, just another tidbit of information for you folks. Careful watching these. That you could make a right there into the convention center. Nope, I couldn't stop in time. It is what it is. All right, so this is Interstate 59 right here. This could be a busier road than what I was on, but it is a shorter route. It's a bumpier route too, but we'll take it. It says we'll arrive roughly about, I think it's 3:30. It says I'll be at the Love's there. It's only going to put about an hour out from Noonan, so that's okay. There is more construction on this road, but again, it is what it is. Will pass, and I'll try to film it. You might not see it that well, but if anybody's into NASCAR, I will pass Talladega Speedway. So on the way up, I was just south of, only about a couple miles from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then coming back here this way, I'm going to pass by Talladega. That's way up on 20. Town of Meridian, Mississippi. Man, it's such a great day out here. No rain, no snow, no wind, no nothing. It's gorgeous. It says it's 70 degrees right now. Catch back up with you folks in a little bit here.
See upfront pricing and instantly book the hundreds of projects. No contact, just a working contract and time that works for you. Hattiesburg to do is power from start to finish. Book your flexible project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
ready to cross into Alabama, and even though I took my break at Sam's, took my break doing paperwork and fixing the tandems on the trailer, so I didn't really have enough time to make a sandwich. So I'm just going to stop here at this rest area here in Alabama. It's coming up in about 2 miles, and I'll just stop there and make a quick sandwich and then just keep rolling. I'm not going to do the whole 30. I'll just pull in and make a sandwich, just look over the trailer and truck, make sure everything's good, and then continue on. Some of these rest stops in Alabama are just kind of truck pullovers, but I think this one's a full rest stop. Yeah, it's a welcome center, so it's going to have more parking. Some of these pull-ins for the trucks only have like 6 to 10 parking spots, but this one should be like a full facility. So here comes our sign, Sweet Home Alabama. Cuba.
In half a mile, exit highway right.
All right, I'll exit halfway, half mile. All right. Welcome to Sweet Home Alabama.
Crossing border, entering Alabama. Take the first exit on the right. You have reached your destination.
Now crossing into Alabama, U.S.
That's a dump station right there. So if you have a RV or something like that, you need to get rid of waste. That's what that is to the right. All right, folks, I'll just take a few minutes, then we'll get back on the road. All right, let's roll on out. Just made a sandwich, and we are on our way to the Loves in Heflin, Alabama.
Jeff light duty status has changed to drive.
I just looked at one of the tires that was kind of questionable when I picked up this trailer, but it looked okay from what I could see, but on the bottom,
Keep left onto I-20.
it must have been sitting on a spot that really looks pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to report this to Knight, have them change out the tire because it doesn't look good. So hope I can make it up there. Alabama rest stops have these kind of twists and turns in their rest stops. I don't understand it, but it's kind of cool, but it just doesn't let us get up to speed, though. That's the thing. so we're going to pick up 459 North here off of Interstate 20. Basically what it does, it just goes around Birmingham. And I believe it's only like 13 to 15 miles, something like that. And then we pick back up to 20. So it just saves from going up into Birmingham, which you can. But there's no point for us because we're heading to Atlanta area, so this is the best way to go. Somebody's got pulled over. Gotta slow down there, buddy. His insurance is going to go up. No doubt about that. And these speeding tickets going to raise your insurance. Oh, I'll have to put a turn signal on here. I forgot. Just merges right in. All right, so we'll keep rolling, folks, and we'll catch back up about 97 miles when we get to the Lowe's. To the right is Talladega. There's the you can't really see it. Let me see if I can turn. Right there is the track. Here's the flags that are in front of the stadium. Yeah, the other way you can kind of see it better, but that was Talladega. Alright, so I go all today, all the way down to Hattiesburg, come all the way back here to just 11 miles from my exit, and look what I run into. I don't know what's going on, but there's a good amount of traffic here, and it doesn't show, let's say, an accident, but it just shows the road is all red, so nobody's just marked down on Google what's going on. So I don't know what's happening here, but of course I'll film whatever I see, of course, besides this. I'm going to stop the video here because this looks kind of boring, but I'll let you know what's going on up here, and we'll go from there. Slower traffic, keep right, it says this sign up here. How about slower traffic, keep right and left? All right, I'll be back, folks. So this is the start of the Talladega National Forest. There's the outskirts of it right here. Still don't know what's going on up here yet. Let's see. Looks like I'm about half to three-quarters, almost three-quarters through whatever this is, so nobody's posted an accident yet, but I'm sure it's what it is. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're down to one lane here, and must be an accident, just not sure what happened here, but we'll take a look. It's not an accident, it was a fire. I don't see any smoke though. Maybe it was a car fire or something. Huh. Alright, well, that was it, folks. That was a little hold up there. So, about 7 miles will be at the Lowe's. So, I'll be right back. Alright, about a mile here. We're going to get off at exit 205, and that's where we're going to stay tonight because we're down about an hour and 15 minutes to drive. That won't give me enough time to get to Noonan, so this is where I wanted to go anyways. So we at least made it. So it's some extra time to spare. Just hope I can find a spot. I mean, it is Sunday, so hopefully there'll be parking here. So you just never know. Because just like me with the driving time, technically I'm looking at it as 4:45 right now, but it's really 3:45. And a lot of people do that when it comes to when you're getting close to a time zone, which you're going into, you track the time you're going into. So it's possible that it's getting filled up here. So we'll see. I didn't get a chance to switch over to my hat cam, so we'll do some of that tomorrow in the next video. So stay tuned for that.
Turn at the first left onto Alabama 46 toward Heflin.
Alright, nobody's coming to the left and nobody's coming to the right. Looks like there's some parking. I like to park up against the building there. There's looks like 3 trucks there now. That's where I like to park. I don't know why anybody else doesn't like to park there, but that's where I like to park.
Your destination is on the right.
This is a new Love's, just opened up about, maybe 3 months ago or so. I don't know if I ever filmed here before. I think I did. It's like one of our other trucks is here. I don't know if he's parked for the night or if he's just doing a 30-minute break. Probably just parked right next to, let's see, got a bobtail there. I didn't see him there first. Should probably park just right next to that flatbed there. It's almost like reserved parking, but it's not. You know, I'll park next to the Peterbilt here.